Question 1. What does this warning sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Dangerous curve to the right. B. Road narrows from the right. C. Steep descent ahead. D. No right turn. Answers is A. Dangerous curve to the right. This sign warns drivers of a dangerous curve to the right ahead, requiring a reduction in speed and increased caution. Question 2. When must you give way to pedestrians at an intersection without traffic lights or a pedestrian crossing? A. If they are already on the road. B. Only if they are elderly. C. Only if they signal you. D. Never. Vehicles have priority. Answers is A. If they are already on the road. You must give way to pedestrians who are already on the roadway you are entering or turning into, even if there isn't a marked crossing. Question 3. What does this priority sign instruct you to do? A. Give way to all traffic. B. Stop and wait for a gap. C. Proceed with caution. D. You have the right of way. Answers is A. Give way to all traffic. This give way sign means you must give way to all other vehicles approaching from the intersecting road or traffic stream. Question 4. What is the maximum speed limit for a car towing a trailer on an open road in New Zealand? A. 90 km per hour. B. 100 km per hour. C. 80 km per hour. D. 70 km per hour. Answers is A. 90. The maximum speed limit for light vehicles towing a trailer or other vehicle is 90 on an open road. Question 5. What does this prohibitory sign mean for all vehicles? A. Do not enter. B. No stopping. C. No parking. D. End of speed limit. Answers is A. Do not enter. This do not enter sign indicates that vehicles are prohibited from entering the road or lane in that direction. It's usually seen on one-way streets. Question 6. What should you do if you see this warning sign while driving? A. Reduce speed, prepare for slippery road. B. Increase speed to clear the area. C. Apply brakes firmly and quickly. D. Maintain current speed. Answers is A. Reduce speed, prepare for slippery road. This sign warns of a slippery road ahead, often due to wet conditions, ice, or loose material. You should reduce your speed and increase following distance. Question 7. When are you allowed to use the horn in a built-up area? A. To warn others of danger. B. To greet a friend. C. To show annoyance. D. To signal turning. Answers is A. To warn others of danger. The horn should only be used to warn other road users of potential danger or your presence, not for expressing frustration or as a greeting. Question 8. What does this mandatory sign indicate? A. Roundabout ahead. B. U-turn permitted. C. One-way street. D. No entry. Answers is A. Roundabout ahead. This sign indicates a roundabout circular intersection ahead, where specific give-way rules apply. You must give way to traffic already in the roundabout. Question 9. What is the correct procedure when merging onto a motorway? A. Match speed, indicate, find gap. B. Stop and wait for a clear gap. C. Speed up quickly and force in. D. Slow down and merge carefully. Answers is A. Match speed, indicate, find gap. When merging, you should accelerate to match the speed of motorway traffic, indicate your intention, and find a safe gap to merge into. Question 10. What does this prohibitory sign mean? A. No overtaking. B. No turning. C. No parking. D. End of restrictions. Answers is A. No overtaking. This sign indicates that overtaking other vehicles is prohibited from this point. Drivers must not pass other vehicles, usually due to safety concerns. Question 11. What action should you take when you see this sign indicating loose gravel? A. Reduce speed, increase following distance. B. Maintain speed, turn sharply. C. Brake hard to settle the vehicle. D. Accelerate quickly over the gravel. Answers is A. Reduce speed, increase following distance. This sign warns of loose gravel or stone materials. You should reduce your speed, increase your following distance, and avoid sudden braking or steering. Question 12. How far should you signal before turning or changing lanes? A. At least 3 seconds before the turn. B. As you begin to turn. C. Only if there are other vehicles. D. 10 meters before the turn. Answers is A. At least 3 seconds before the turn. You should signal for at least 3 seconds before turning or changing lanes to give other road users sufficient time to react to your intentions. Question 13. What does this sign mean at an intersection? A. Stop, then give way to all traffic. B. Give way to oncoming traffic. C. Proceed with caution. D. You have priority. Answers is A. Stop, then give way to all traffic. The stop sign requires you to stop completely before the stop line, and then give way to all traffic on the intersecting road before proceeding. Question 14. When may you legally pass another vehicle on the left drive country? A. When vehicle ahead is turning right. B. Anytime on a multi-lane road. C. When you are in a bus lane. D. When the road is clear. Answers is A. When vehicle ahead is turning right. In New Zealand Drive, you can only pass on the left if the vehicle ahead is turning right, or on a multi-lane road if traffic is moving slowly. Question 15. What does this prohibitory sign indicate about turning? A. No left turn. B. No right turn. C. No U-turn. D. Left turn only. Answers is A. No left turn. This sign explicitly prohibits drivers from making a left turn at the intersection or junction where it is displayed. Question 16. What should you do when you see this warning sign for a pedestrian crossing? A. Be ready to stop for pedestrians. B. Speed up to cross quickly. C. Sound your horn to alert pedestrians. D. Assume no one will cross. Answers is A. Be ready to stop for pedestrians. This sign warns you of a pedestrian crossing ahead. You must be prepared to stop for pedestrians who are using or about to use the crossing. Question 17. What is the rule used for in driving? A. Maintaining a safe following distance. B. Determining when to turn. C. Measuring reaction time. D. Calculating stopping distance. Answers is A. Maintaining a safe following distance. The rule helps drivers maintain a safe following distance by ensuring they stay at least 2 seconds behind the vehicle in front. Question 18. What does this mandatory sign require you to do? A. Proceed straight ahead only. B. Turn right ahead. C. Turn left ahead. D. U-turn is mandatory. Answers is A. Proceed straight ahead only. This sign indicates that vehicles must proceed straight ahead and are not permitted to turn left or right at the junction. Question 19. When can you legally do a U-turn on a road? A. If it is safe and there is no sign prohibiting it. B. Anytime on a quiet street. C. Only if there is a U-turn permitted sign. D. Never. U-turns are illegal. Answers is A. If it is safe and there is no sign prohibiting it. You can perform a U-turn if it is safe to do so, you will not obstruct traffic, and there is no sign specifically prohibiting it. Question 20. What does this prohibitory sign indicate? A. No U-turn. B. No left turn. C. No parking. D. No entry. Answers is A. No U-turn. This sign prohibits drivers from making a U-turn at the location where it is displayed. This is typically due to safety or traffic flow reasons. Question 21. What should you expect when you see this warning sign? A. Children crossing or playing. B. Elderly people ahead. C. School bus stop. D. Pedestrian crossing. Answers is A. Children crossing or playing. This children's sign warns drivers that children may be in or near the road, especially near schools or playgrounds. Reduce speed and be extra vigilant. Question 22. What is a safe driving practice when driving past parked cars? A. Allow room for opening doors. B. Drive as close as possible. C. Sound horn continuously. D. Speed up to get past quickly. Answers is A. Allow room for opening doors. When passing parked cars, you should leave enough room for car doors to open suddenly, or for someone to step out from behind a vehicle. Question 23. What does this priority sign indicate for your vehicle? A. You are on a priority road. B. Give way to all traffic. C. Stop ahead. D. Road ends ahead. Answers is A. You are on a priority road. This sign indicates that you are on a priority road, meaning you have the right of way over traffic entering from side roads, unless otherwise. Question 24. What should you do if your vehicle starts to aquaplane? A. Ease off accelerator, steer straight. B. Brake hard and turn sharply. C. Accelerate to gain traction. D. Turn off the engine. Answers is A. Ease off accelerator, steer straight. If your vehicle aquaplanes, ease off the accelerator and keep the steering wheel straight. Do not brake or make sudden steering movements. Question 25. What does this prohibitory sign signify for vehicles? A. No stopping. B. No parking. C. No entry. D. One-way traffic. Answers is A. No stopping. This no stopping sign means you are not permitted to stop your vehicle at this location for any reason, even briefly, unless traffic conditions require it. Question 26. What does this warning sign indicate is ahead? A. Hump or speed bump. B. Uneven road surface. C. Steep descent. D. Answers is A. Hump or speed bump. This sign warns drivers of a hump or speed bump ahead, requiring a reduction in speed to avoid damage to the vehicle or discomfort to occupants. Question 27. When following a large truck, what is a crucial safety tip? A. Maintain extra following distance. B. Stay close to their rear. C. Overtake them quickly. D. Drive in their blind spot. Answers is A. Maintain extra following distance. Large trucks have bigger blind spots and take longer to stop. Maintain extra following distance so you can see around them and react safely. Question 28. What does this information sign indicate? A. One-way road. B. Two-way traffic. C. No entry. D. Proceed straight. Answers is A. One-way road. This sign indicates a one-way road, meaning all traffic travels in the same direction. You should not drive against the arrow. Question 29. What is the primary purpose of parallel parking lights? A. To make your parked vehicle visible. B. To illuminate the pavement. C. To signal a turn when parked. D. To charge the car battery. Answers is A. To make your parked vehicle visible. Parking lights are used to make your vehicle visible to other road users when parked in dimly lit areas or at night, without dazzling them. Question 30. What does this prohibitory sign mean? A. No parking. B. No stopping. C. No entry. D. Loading zone. Answers is A. No parking. This no parking sign means you are not permitted to park your vehicle at this location, though a brief stop for passengers or goods may be allowed if not obstructing traffic. Question 31. What does this warning sign indicate about the road surface? A. Uneven road ahead. B. Road narrows. C. Slippery road. D. Road works. Answers is A. Uneven road ahead. This sign warns drivers of an uneven road surface ahead, which could cause discomfort or loss of control if driven over at speed. Reduce speed. Question 32. What should you do if you encounter a railway crossing without barriers or signals? A. Stop, look, listen, then proceed if clear. B. Slow down and drive across. C. Sound your horn and proceed. D. Assume no train is coming. Answers is A. Stop, look, listen, then proceed if clear. At an uncontrolled railway crossing, you must stop, look carefully in both directions, listen for trains, and only proceed when it is safe and clear. Question 33. What does this sign typically indicate about approaching traffic? A. Opposite traffic has priority. B. You have priority over oncoming traffic. C. Two-way traffic ahead. D. No overtaking. Answers is A. Opposite traffic has priority. This sign means that you must give way to oncoming traffic, often seen on narrow bridges or road sections where only one vehicle can pass at a time. Question 34. What is the purpose of ABS braking system? A. To prevent wheels locking during braking. B. To increase engine power. C. To improve fuel efficiency. D. To assist with parking. Answers is A. To prevent wheels locking during braking. ABS helps maintain steering control during emergency braking by preventing the wheels from locking up, allowing the driver to steer around obstacles. Question 35. What does this sign mean for commercial goods vehicles? A. No overtaking for goods vehicles. B. Goods vehicles only. C. End of overtaking restriction. D. Maximum speed for goods vehicles. Answers is A. No overtaking for goods vehicles. This sign prohibits goods vehicles, trucks from overtaking other vehicles from this point, often on sections with limited visibility or steep inclines. Question 36. What does this warning sign indicate is ahead on the road? A. Road works ahead. B. Uneven road. C. Slippery road. D. Pedestrian crossing. Answers is A. Road works ahead. This sign warns drivers of road works ahead. You should reduce speed, be prepared for hazards like workers, machinery and temporary changes to road layout. Question 37. When are you allowed to cross a solid white line on the road? A. Only to avoid an obstruction. B. To overtake slow vehicles. C. When entering a driveway. D. Whenever safe to do so. Answers is A. Only to avoid an obstruction. Solid white lines indicate that it is unsafe or illegal to cross them, except to avoid a genuine obstruction like a parked car, crash or fallen tree. Question 38. What does this sign indicate about the end of a priority road? A. End of priority road. B. Beginning of priority road. C. Give way. D. Stop ahead. Answers is A. End of priority road. This sign indicates that the priority you held on the road has ended. You should be prepared to give way or follow other priority rules at upcoming intersections. Question 39. What should you do before backing out of a driveway onto a road? A. Check thoroughly, give way to all. B. Sound horn and proceed. C. Only check for cars, not pedestrians. D. Assume the road is clear. Answers is A. Check thoroughly, give way to all. Before backing out of a driveway, you must check thoroughly for pedestrians, cyclists and vehicles, and give way to all road users. Question 40. What is the speed limit by this sign? A. Maximum 50 km per hour. B. Minimum 50 km per hour. C. Recommended 50 km per hour. D. No speed limit. Answers is A. Maximum 50. This sign indicates a maximum speed limit of 50. You must not exceed this speed in the area where the sign is displayed. Question 41. What does this warning sign indicate regarding animals? A. Cattle crossing ahead. B. Wild animals ahead. C. Farm vehicle entry. D. Pet shop ahead. Answers is A. Cattle crossing ahead. This sign warns drivers that there may be cattle or other farm animals crossing the road. Be prepared to slow down or stop for livestock. Question 42. What is a hazard you should be aware of when driving in rural areas? A. On the road. B. Many traffic lights. C. Heavy pedestrian traffic. D. Frequent roundabouts. Answers is A. On the road. Rural roads often have unexpected hazards like wandering livestock, wild animals, slow-moving farm vehicles, and unmarked driveways. Question 43. What does this sign indicate about oncoming traffic? A. You have priority over oncoming traffic. B. Oncoming traffic has priority. C. Two-way traffic ahead. D. End of priority road. Answers is A. You have priority over oncoming traffic. This sign means you have priority over any oncoming traffic, typically on a narrow section of road, such as a bridge, where only one vehicle can pass at a time. Question 44. What should you do if your vision is impaired by glare from the sun? A. Slow down and use sun visor. B. Speed up to get out of the glare. C. Close your eyes briefly. D. Turn on high beams. Answers is A. Slow down and use sun visor. If sun glare impairs your vision, slow down, use your sun visor, and ensure your windscreen is clean to minimize glare and improve visibility. Question 45. What does this prohibitory sign indicate about a specific type of vehicle? A. No entry for motorcycles. B. Motorcycles only. C. No U-turn for motorcycles. D. End of motorcycle lane. Answers is A. No entry for motorcycles. This sign means that motorcycles are prohibited from entering the road or area beyond the sign. This might be due to noise restrictions or safety reasons. Question 46. What does this sign warn about at railway crossings? A. Railway crossing. B. Railway crossing. C. Drawbridge ahead. D. Traffic lights ahead. Answers is A. Railway crossing. This sign warns of a railway crossing with a single track ahead. Always be prepared to stop and check for trains. Question 47. What is the recommended hand position on the steering wheel? A. 9 and 3 o'clock. B. 10 and 2 o'clock. C. 6 o'clock. D. Any comfortable position. Answers is A. 9 and 3 o'clock. The 9 and 3 o'clock position, or 8 and 4, is recommended as it provides better control, reduces fatigue, and is safer with airbags. Question 48. What does this mandatory sign indicate for vehicle movement? A. Turn right only. B. Turn left only. C. Proceed straight. D. No right turn. Answers is A. Turn right only. This sign mandates that vehicles must turn right at the intersection or junction where it is placed. No other directions are permitted. Question 49. What should you do if your brakes fail while driving? A. Pump brakes, shift to lower gear. B. Turn off engine immediately. C. Steer into oncoming traffic. D. Apply the handbrake sharply. Answers is A. Pump brakes, shift to lower gear. If brakes fail, pump the pedal rapidly, shift to a lower gear to use engine braking, and use the handbrake gently to slow down while looking for a safe place to stop. Question 50. What does this prohibitory sign indicate about movement? A. No right turn. B. No left turn. C. Proceed straight. D. Right turn only. Answers is A. No right turn. This sign indicates that making a right turn is prohibited at the intersection or junction. Drivers must choose an alternative direction. Question 51. What does this warning sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Steep ascent ahead. B. Steep descent ahead. C. Uneven road. D. Road narrows. Answers is A. Steep ascent ahead. This sign warns of a steep ascent ahead. Drivers should select an appropriate gear to maintain power and avoid straining the engine. Question 52. When approaching a school bus stopped with flashing red lights, what must you do? A. Stop until lights stop flashing. B. Slow down and pass carefully. C. Only stop if children are visible. D. Sound horn and proceed. Answers is A. Stop until lights stop flashing. You must stop for a school bus with flashing red lights, regardless of your direction of travel, until the lights stop flashing and it's safe to proceed. Question 53. What does this information sign indicate? A. Pedestrian crossing ahead. B. No pedestrians allowed. C. Pedestrian tunnel. D. School zone. Answers is A. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This sign indicates that a pedestrian crossing is ahead. Drivers should be prepared to slow down and stop for pedestrians. Question 54. What is the safest way to enter a main road from a side road? A. Wait for a safe gap in traffic. B. Accelerate quickly to join traffic. C. Assume others will give way. D. Turn without stopping if no cars are visible. Answers is A. Wait for a safe gap in traffic. Always wait for a clear and safe gap in traffic before entering a main road. Do not rush or force your way in, even if it feels like a long wait. Question 55. What does this prohibitory sign signify for vehicles with trailers? A. No entry for vehicles with trailers. B. Trailers only. C. Parking for trailers. D. End of restriction for trailers. Answers is A. No entry for vehicles with trailers. This sign prohibits vehicles that are towing a trailer from entering the road or area. This might be due to road conditions or size restrictions. Question 56. What does this warning sign indicate about the road's edge? A. Dangerous hard shoulder. B. Parking allowed on shoulder. C. Road narrows on the left. D. Emergency stopping lane. Answers is A. Dangerous hard shoulder. This sign warns of a dangerous hard shoulder, meaning the shoulder may be soft, broken, or have a steep drop, making it unsafe to drive on or pull over. Question 57. What must you do if you are involved in a crash that causes injury? A. Stop, render aid, report to police. B. Exchange details and leave. C. Only report if the damage is severe. D. Call a tow truck immediately. Answers is A. Stop, render aid, report to police. If involved in a crash causing injury, you must stop, provide assistance to the injured, protect the scene, and report it to the police as soon as possible. Question 58. What does this sign mean for cyclists? A. Cycle track mandatory. B. Cyclists prohibited. C. Share the road with cycles. D. Cycle parking. Answers is A. Cycle track mandatory. This sign indicates a mandatory cycle track. Cyclists must use this path, and other vehicles are generally prohibited from it. Question 59. What should you do before changing lanes on a multi-lane road? A. Check mirrors, signal, check blind spot. B. Just signal and change lanes. C. Wait for traffic to clear completely. D. Accelerate quickly into the new lane. Answers is A. Check mirrors, signal, check blind spot. Before changing lanes, you must check your mirrors, signal your intention for at least 3 seconds, and check your blind spot over your shoulder. Question 60. What does this prohibitory sign indicate about horns? A. No sounding of horn. B. Sound horn if needed. C. Use horn for warning. D. Horn test area. Answers is A. No sounding of horn. This sign indicates that the use of a vehicle's horn is prohibited in this area, usually in residential zones or near hospitals, unless to prevent an immediate accident. Question 61. What does this warning sign indicate about side winds? A. Strong side wind. B. Headwind. C. Tailwind. D. Wind farm ahead. Answers is A. Strong side wind. This sign warns drivers of strong side winds. Be prepared for sudden gusts that can affect vehicle stability, especially for larger vehicles or those with trailers. Question 62. What is the general give way rule at an uncontrolled? A. Vehicle on the terminating road gives way. B. Vehicle turning right gives way. C. Vehicle on the through road gives way. D. The fastest vehicle has priority. Answers is A. Vehicle on the terminating road gives way. At an uncontrolled, the vehicle on the road that ends the terminating road must give way to all traffic on the continuing road. Question 63. What does this sign mean for parking? A. Park parallel to the curb. B. Park perpendicular to the curb. C. No parking. D. Parking zone. Answers is A. Park parallel to the curb. This sign and additional information plate indicates that vehicles should be parked parallel to the edge of the carriageway curb. Question 64. Why is it important to check your tires regularly? A. For safety, fuel efficiency and wear. B. Only to check the brand. C. To see if they match the car color. D. Only before a long trip. Answers is A. For safety, fuel efficiency and wear. Regular tire checks for pressure, tread depth and damage are crucial for vehicle safety, optimal fuel efficiency, and extending tire life. Question 65. What does this prohibitory sign indicate about entering? A. No entry for all vehicles. B. No entry for motor vehicles only. C. One-way traffic. D. Access for authorized vehicles. Answers is A. No entry for all vehicles. This movement prohibited sign means no vehicles are allowed to enter the road or area beyond the sign, typically at the entrance to a pedestrian zone or private area. Question 66. What does this warning sign indicate is ahead? A. Steep descent ahead. B. Steep ascent ahead. C. Road narrows. D. Hump ahead. Answers is A. Steep descent ahead. This sign warns of a steep descent ahead. Drivers should select a lower gear to use engine braking and avoid overheating the brakes. Question 67. What should you do if an emergency vehicle approaches with flashing lights and sirens? A. Pull over safely and stop. B. Speed up to get out of the way. C. Continue driving normally. D. Block the intersection to help. Answers is A. Pull over safely and stop. You must pull over to the left side of the road safely and stop until the emergency vehicle has passed, ensuring not to obstruct intersections. Question 68. What does this sign mean regarding the direction of movement? A. Proceed straight or turn right. B. Turn right only. C. No left turn. D. Proceed straight only. Answers is A. Proceed straight or turn right. This sign indicates that drivers have the option to either proceed straight ahead or turn right at the upcoming intersection or junction. Question 69. When driving in fog, what lights should you use? A. Low beam headlights and fog lights. B. High beam headlights. C. Parking lights only. D. Hazard lights only. Answers is A. Low beam headlights and fog lights. In fog, use low beam headlights and fog lights if available. High beams will reflect off the fog and reduce visibility further. Question 70. What does this prohibitory sign indicate about minimum speed? A. End of maximum speed limit of 50 km per hour. B. Minimum speed limit of 50 km per hour. C. New speed limit of 50 km per hour. D. No speed limit. Answers is A. End of maximum speed limit of 50. This sign indicates the end of a previously enforced maximum speed limit of 50. The general speed limits for the area now apply. Question 71. What does this warning sign indicate regarding cyclists? A. Cyclists leaving or entering road. B. Cycle lane ahead. C. No cyclists. D. Bike path ends. Answers is A. Cyclists leaving or entering road. This sign warns drivers to be aware of cyclists potentially entering or leaving the roadway, often near cycle paths or shared zones. Question 72. What is the primary reason for checking your mirrors frequently? A. To be aware of traffic around you. B. To see if your hair is tidy. C. To check your speed. D. To adjust your mirror. Answers is A. To be aware of traffic around you. Frequent mirror checks are essential for maintaining situational awareness, knowing where other vehicles are, and anticipating potential hazards. Question 73. What does this information sign indicate about an area? A. Residential area living zone. B. Parking zone. C. No entry zone. D. Industrial zone. Answers is A. Residential area living zone. This sign marks the beginning of a residential area or living zone, where special rules apply, typically including lower speed limits and increased pedestrian awareness. Question 74. When must you switch off your vehicle's engine? A. At a railway crossing if waiting. B. Anytime you stop in traffic. C. Only when refueling. D. Never keep it running. Answers is A. At a railway crossing if waiting. It is advisable and often required to switch off your engine at railway crossings if you are waiting for a train, or for safety reasons while refueling. Question 75. What does this sign mean for vehicles carrying dangerous goods? A. No entry for dangerous goods vehicles. B. Dangerous goods route. C. Emergency stop for dangerous goods. D. Caution, dangerous goods. Answers is A. No entry for dangerous goods vehicles. This sign prohibits vehicles carrying dangerous goods from entering the road or area beyond the sign, often due to tunnels, residential areas, or environmental concerns. Question 76. What does this warning sign indicate regarding the road ahead? A. Falling rocks or debris. B. Construction zone. C. Uneven road. D. Steep cliff edge. Answers is A. Falling rocks or debris. This sign warns drivers of the possibility of falling rocks or debris from a cliff or hillside onto the roadway. Drive with caution and avoid stopping in marked areas. Question 77. What is the recommended following distance in wet conditions? A. At least for seconds. B. 2 seconds. C. 1 second. D. Only if visibility is poor. Answers is A. At least for seconds. In wet conditions, stopping distances are longer due to tire grip. Increase your following distance to at least 4 seconds to allow for safe braking. Question 78. What does this sign indicate about the road type? A. Motorway expressway. B. One-way street. C. Road for motor vehicles only. D. End of motorway. Answers is A. Motorway expressway. This sign marks the beginning of a motorway or expressway, where specific rules apply, such as higher speed limits, no pedestrians or cyclists, and no stopping on the shoulder. Question 79. What does it mean if your vehicle's engine temperature light illuminates? A. Engine is overheating. B. Low fuel. C. Low tire pressure. D. Parking brake is on. Answers is A. Engine is overheating. An illuminated engine temperature light indicates that the engine is overheating. You should pull over safely, turn off the engine, and seek assistance. Question 80. What does this prohibitory sign indicate about general entry? A. No entry for motor vehicles. B. No entry for bicycles. C. Motor vehicles only. D. End of motor vehicle restriction. Answers is A. No entry for motor vehicles. This sign means no motor vehicles are permitted to enter the road or area beyond it. Other road users like cyclists or pedestrians may still be allowed. Question 81. What does this warning sign indicate about a curve? A. Dangerous curve to the left. B. Dangerous curve to the right. C. Hairpin bend. D. Series of curves. Answers is A. Dangerous curve to the left. This sign warns drivers of a dangerous curve to the left ahead. You should reduce your speed and position your vehicle appropriately for the bend. Question 82. What is the purpose of driver fatigue management? A. To prevent falling asleep at the wheel. B. To increase driving speed. C. To avoid paying tolls. D. To drive for longer periods. Answers is A. To prevent falling asleep at the wheel. Fatigue management, including taking regular breaks, is crucial to prevent falling asleep at the wheel, which can cause serious accidents. Question 83. What does this mandatory sign indicate about passing an obstacle? A. Pass obstacle on the right. B. Pass obstacle on the left. C. Obstacle ahead. D. Road closed. Answers is A. Pass obstacle on the right. This sign indicates that you must pass the obstacle, such as a traffic island or roadwork zone, on its right side. Question 84. What should you do if your accelerator pedal gets stuck? A. Shift to neutral, brake, steer safely. B. Turn off engine at high speed. C. Keep steering and hope it frees. D. Pump the brake pedal vigorously. Answers is A. Shift to neutral, brake, steer safely. If your accelerator gets stuck, immediately shift to neutral, apply firm and steady pressure to the brakes, and steer to a safe stopping location. Question 85. What does this prohibitory sign indicate about parking on certain days? A. No parking on days. B. No parking on days. C. Parking on odd days only. D. No stopping on odd days. Answers is A. No parking on days. This sign prohibits parking on the side of the road where it is displayed on calendar days, often used for alternate side parking rules. Question 86. What does this warning sign indicate about a series of curves? A. Series of dangerous curves first to right. B. Single dangerous curve to the right. C. Winding road first to left. D. Hairpin bend to the right. Answers is A. Series of dangerous curves first to right. This sign warns of a series of dangerous curves ahead, with the first curve bending to the right. Drivers should reduce speed significantly. Question 87. When should you use your headlights during the day? A. In poor visibility like rain or fog. B. Only when driving in tunnels. C. To signal other drivers. D. Never, only at night. Answers is A. In poor visibility like rain or fog. Should be used during the day when visibility is due to weather conditions, rain, fog, mist, or when driving through tunnels, to make your vehicle more visible. Question 88. What does this information sign indicate about parking? A. Parking place ahead. B. No parking. C. Bus stop ahead. D. Emergency stopping lane. Answers is A. Parking place ahead. This sign indicates that a parking place or area is ahead. Drivers can expect to find spots for parking their vehicles. Question 89. What is the purpose of reflective road markers cat's eyes? A. To improve visibility of lanes at night. B. To measure road temperature. C. To slow down traffic. D. To mark pedestrian crossings. Answers is A. To improve visibility of lanes at night. Reflective road markers cat's eyes enhance visibility of lane markings, especially at night or in adverse weather, guiding drivers along the road. Question 90. What does this prohibitory sign mean for trucks? A. No entry for goods vehicles. B. Goods vehicles only. C. Parking for goods vehicles. D. End of truck lane. Answers is A. No entry for goods vehicles. This sign prohibits goods vehicles trucks from entering the road or area beyond the sign. This often applies to roads not suitable for heavy vehicles. Question 91. What does this warning sign indicate is present on the road? A. Ahead. B. Hump ahead. C. Uneven road. D. Roadworks. Answers is A. Ahead. This sign warns drivers of potholes in the road surface. Drivers should reduce speed and be prepared to steer carefully to avoid them, if safe to do so. Question 92. Why is it dangerous to drive with worn-out tires? A. Grip, increased stopping distance. B. They are noisy. C. They look bad. D. They use more fuel. Answers is A. Grip, increased stopping distance. Worn tires have less tread, leading to significantly grip, especially in wet conditions and longer stopping distances, increasing the risk of skidding and accidents. Question 93. What does this mandatory sign indicate about minimum speed? A. Minimum speed limit of 50 km per hour. B. Maximum speed limit of 50 km per hour. C. Recommended speed of 50 km per hour. D. End of speed limit. Answers is A. Minimum speed limit of 50. This sign indicates a minimum speed limit of 50. Vehicles must not travel slower than this speed unless traffic conditions or safety require it. Question 94. What should you do if you accidentally miss your exit on a motorway? A. Continue to the next exit. B. Stop and reverse to the exit. C. Make a U-turn if safe. D. Drive on the shoulder to turn around. Answers is A. Continue to the next exit. Never stop, reverse, or make a U-turn on a motorway. Continue to the next exit and find a safe way to turn around and return. Question 95. What does this prohibitory sign indicate about parking on even days? A. No parking on days. B. No parking on days. C. Parking on even days only. D. No stopping on even days. Answers is A. No parking on days. This sign prohibits parking on the side of the road where it is displayed on calendar days, often used for alternate side parking rules. Question 96. What does this warning sign indicate about approaching traffic lights? A. Traffic lights ahead. B. Traffic lights out of order. C. Stop sign ahead. D. Junction ahead. Answers is A. Traffic lights ahead. This sign warns drivers that there are traffic lights ahead, allowing them to anticipate and prepare to stop or proceed as required. Question 97. When turning left at an intersection, who has priority? A. Oncoming traffic and pedestrians. B. You always have priority. C. Only oncoming vehicles. D. Only pedestrians. Answers is A, oncoming traffic and pedestrians. When turning left, you must give way to any oncoming traffic that is going straight or turning right, and to any pedestrians crossing the road you are turning into. Question 98. What does this service sign indicate? A. First aid post. B. Hospital ahead. C. Telephone available. D. Police station. Answers is A. First aid post. This sign indicates the location of a first aid post, where medical assistance can be obtained in an emergency. Question 99. What is the recommended action if you feel drowsy while driving? A. Pull over and rest or sleep. B. Turn up the radio. C. Open the window. D. Drink coffee and keep driving. Answers is A. Pull over and rest or sleep. If you feel drowsy, the safest action is to pull over to a safe place and rest or sleep. Caffeine and open windows are only temporary solutions and do not remove fatigue. Question 100. What does this mandatory sign indicate regarding movement around an obstacle? A. Pass obstacle on the left. B. Pass obstacle on the right. C. Obstacle ahead. D. Road closed. Answers is A. Pass obstacle on the left. This sign indicates that you must pass the obstacle, such as a traffic island or roadwork zone, on its left side.